Hello everyone, my name is David. Thank you for watching today's question and answer videos. Channel's growing fast. I want to welcome new subscribers. Hello everyone. Thank you for subscribing and supporting this channel. What this is a question and answer video. I'm answering all questions people asked from the last question and answer video. Do this every single Monday. So any questions you have today, please go down below and ask me in the comment section. I'll answer them next Monday in the next Q&A video. Okay? That's how it works. So every week I try to recommend something. This week I'd like to recommend a book, some reading. The book is called The Cinderella Complex, and the author is Colette Dowling. And I'm going to put the link down below in the description box for the Amazon link if you'd like to purchase this book. What this book is about is the women's fear of independence. And I think this is a big problem in society today. And I think it's good reading, so women and men, if you're interested, go check it out, okay? Thank you. And let's get started with the questions. First one is from Shannon in Turkey. Hello, Shannon. Are narcissists hoarders, or are people who hoard narcissistic? Or are these different? I don't understand why people hoard. So often with disorders, there'll be people with disorders will often have other disorders, lots of problems. You have anxiety disorders, depression disorders, addiction disorders, eating disorders, all kinds of stuff and it's real common. People with narcissistic personality disorders will often have other personality disorders. They'll often have mood disorders and all kinds of different disorders. It's common. It's common. Hoarding would be one. Hoarding is about compulsivity. So, I'm not a doctor. I didn't study this stuff. My opinion, I think, is what people do that hoard, I think have major security issues. Don't know how to feel secure in their life. Don't feel in control. I think that's a way for them to feel in control. I think it's obsessive compulsive disorders, usually. Major sign of depression, compulsivity. And not all narcissists are hoarders, and hoarders aren't narcissists. There's no correlation in that sense, except that they could be both. Someone could be both. Yeah. And it's actually common. I've seen a lot of narcissists hoard. And it's a crippling disorder, I'd imagine. If you had an actual disorder where you hoard, spending all your money. This kind of compulsivity that gets you in a lot of trouble. I know people that will compulsive shop. They'll get. I mean, if you guys ever known a hoarder, any of you out there, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's crazy. The big things of clothes, detergent, laundry detergent. I knew somebody. There was 3 people in the household, and I mean, I went downstairs once. And it was just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, as far as I could see, of the big Tide laundry detergent with 3 people in the house, and she had just bought another one. It's just like, you have like many of these downstairs. She's like, oh yeah, okay. I mean, I'd imagine it's pretty crippling. I'd imagine it can control someone's life completely. But no, there's, like I said, a narcissist can be a hoarder, and a hoarder could be a narcissist, but it doesn't mean they are. Hope that helps. Thank you. Paula from Florida. Hello. We were in a lesbian relationship. Was it good for me to change my number and block the ex borderline? She might need me in an emergency. Thank you for your question. And this is, I think, a common feeling that people have after separating from a codependent relationship. Something I try to teach people is that you are responsible for your feelings in your life, in your decisions, and your choices. You. Nobody else is responsible for what you do and how you feel. Same goes with everybody else. Okay? So you're not responsible for her feelings, for her choices, any of it. And if she abused you, which I'm guessing she did, I'm being presumptuous here, if she abused you, then you should separate. Nothing to do with her ever again. I don't care what her problems are. I don't care how much help she needs. I don't care if she's ever in an emergency. Why would that be your responsibility? And I know you feel that way because everything has been your responsibility in this relationship, is what I'm guessing. Matter of fact, you could probably take this back more, and you might have been parentified in your childhood. My guess is you had a father or mother who was physically sick or emotionally sick or mentally ill. Maybe he was a drug addict, alcoholic. In some ways, you had to be there for them emotionally rather than the other way around, like it should be. Maybe you had to take care of your siblings. Maybe, and you know, a lot of this isn't physical. I mean, there for people emotionally in your family as the child. Not good, not okay, and that will make you continue to do so. It'll make you feel like you're responsible for people around you, and you're not, you know. So look where you want to go and stop turning around and looking back at that, okay? And you know, I think that's enough said. You're not responsible for her, but you are responsible for yourself. And if she makes you feel bad and hurts you and you don't like talking to her, you're responsible to take care of that. Okay? Thank you. Good luck. Top Shelf from Toronto. Hello. My ex slandered me to my friends. Then she sent me a flirty text for my birthday. Why? Sounds like attention, right? Constant need for attention. That's a borderline trait and a narcissist trait. Sociopath trait, psychopath trait. Yeah, so I mean, it's the, you know, victim, poor me. I'm going to go tell everybody how I've been victimized and somebody hurt me, so that everyone goes, oh, I'm sorry, and is there for me and gives me things and stuff. And then, you know, then she wants your attention, so she goes and calls you. I mean, you know, talk about some real lack of awareness, right, of how you look, what's going on, what people really think about you as you're sitting there over there talking bad. You know, and that's what it comes down to. People talking bad about other people all the time. I mean, look who she is. A mess. Projection. People who talk bad about people are usually projecting how they feel about themselves. So she sent you a flirty text for your birthday because she knew that you, or thought she was hoping you'd respond and forget the bad things she's done to you, right? Because it's your birthday. She's like, oh, happy birthday, hot stuff, you know, and you're like, oh, thank you, you know, stroke your ego a little bit. I'm glad you didn't fall for it. Good. I hope you just ignored her. Even if you acted poorly and angry, she'd still get attention from it, you know. She'd know you care about her. She's got control over you, stuff like this. But, you know, it's just constant need for attention. And that trait, a lot of people get confused. A lot of people think a constant need for attention means they're always on stage performing. And it's not so much like that. I could have people feel sorry for me if I have a constant need for attention. I'll be the victim. And then I'll be the hero and show people how great I am. And you know, a real constant need for attention, that's something that you guys could see real easy in your relationships. And it's when the person just has so many problems and it's just constantly they need your help. What should I do? What should I do about this? Oh my God, I don't know. I have all these problems I need you to concentrate on. And by doing so, you're giving me a lot of attention, right? I mean, narcissists, borderline, sociopaths, psychopaths, they'll take all of your time. They'll try to take your money. They'll text you all day. They'll get you to think about them all the time, make sacrifices, commitments, you know, so that all of your attention, your thoughts, your feelings, your everything is involved in them, invested in them in the relationship. Thank you. Nicholas from Indiana, United States, planet Earth, and the Milky Way galaxy. Hello, Nicholas. Is there such a thing as a quiet narcissist? She never raged, only shut down, claims everyone abused her. Yeah, of course. Of course, you know, people make these videos and we talk about what narcissists are like and the things they do, and so much of it seems textbook. And then someone will come along and say, yeah, but my ex didn't do this. Are they still a narcissist? It's like, well, I mean, I don't know, but they're not going to do everything. I mean, even the actual list of traits of narcissism, there's 9 and they only need 5. So some of them they won't have sometimes. Not every, and it's like borderlines. Not every borderline cuts. Not every narcissist cheats. Not every, Is there such thing as a quiet borderline? Or a quiet narcissist? Yeah, people talk about this. Not all narcissists might rage. And a lot of narcissists might talk all the time and tell you everything they want and need all the time. And some won't say anything. Some narcissists are very egotistical and tell you how great they are. Some are very self-loathing and tell you how bad they are. Right? And right here, claims everyone abused her. So she really identifies with the victim. She's not healed from childhood abuse and doesn't trust anyone to talk about her feelings. Probably doesn't process them very well. Probably doesn't know how she's feeling most of the time. Probably a real lack of sense of self. These kinds of problems. I'd imagine she's probably a little suspicious of you sometimes. Right? Because she doesn't talk about her feelings, so she thinks you don't talk about her feelings. So she thinks that you have feelings and intentions and thoughts that you don't talk about. She wants to know what they are. Best way for her to know what they are is for her to be vulnerable and talk about her feelings. So she's real afraid of being vulnerable, right? Doesn't want to get hurt. Refuses to get hurt. Will not be vulnerable. And she, therefore, will never grow. Okay? Thanks. Let's do some more. Bon Bailey. I can't remember where you're from. I'm sorry. I still think about my ex. I know I shouldn't after a few months of no contact. I was a happy man before her. Why can't I be myself again? We too often compare ourselves to other people, and we buy into expectations of others. This is a process, and however long it takes is how long you're going to take to do it. It doesn't matter. It's different for everybody. This isn't a quick thing. This is your life, and these are things that you need to learn from this, maybe for the rest of your life. So you shouldn't think about her after a few months. Why? Who says? Doesn't matter. You do. You do. You think about her. So that needs to be dealt with, and that bothers you. You're not healed. There's things you don't understand. If you don't understand some of the things she did to you, then you believe you're a bad person. So you want to fix that. You want to figure it out because you don't want to feel that way. So all you have to do is try to understand more. Guys, talk about this. Talk about this. And to people that it matters, professionals. It doesn't do much good to talk about it with a family member or friend that doesn't understand and can't offer any kind of advice or anything. Can't give you any kind of validation. Tells you just to get over it, right? And it makes you not want to talk about it. You're just telling the wrong person. They're not a bad person, but it's really stressful to try and help people when you can't. You were a happy man before her. I'd like to know why you think you were happy before her. Are you sure? Are you sure? I can't be myself again. No, you're never going to be. That's life. We change. We grow. Right? You can't unlearn things you've learned. So this is an experience, and I hope you're learning. There's so much to learn from this. Your old self got you into a lot of trouble. Your old self dated somebody and didn't leave and stayed with somebody who abused you. I don't think you want to be that person again anymore. We need to change. We need to change something in our life. We need to change us, who we are. We need to change the way we think so we make better choices. Okay? If you learn everything there is to learn from this, I promise you have a much better chance of being happy than you've ever been. Okay? I promise. I promise. You can't be happy, guys. I know we feel like we were, plucked out of random. We weren't. We weren't. I've yet to come across anybody who's been a victim of this where I can't see why pretty quickly. So you will feel like yourself again. A new and improved self, not a damaged and destroyed self like you feel or like you may have. You know you're getting better. You know you're feeling better. You know you understand more now. You have to chart that, right? If you're better off than you were 3 months ago, then you should be better. If you still need to feel better and do better, then you should be in another 3 months, okay? You've got to tell yourself this. You might be dealing with some depression and that inner critic's telling you bad things, that you'll never get better, okay? I promise you weren't as happy as you can be. I promise. The potential you have, you have a lot more potential. Anyone does that dates an abuser, that falls in love with an abuser, who marries an abuser, lives with an abuser. You're not reaching full maximum potential for yourself. You're not being the beautiful person you were always meant to be. Okay? And you can't until you get out of abuse, away from abuse. It's normal to think about your ex, guys. That's normal. You think, I mean, don't you think most people do? Don't you think most people that spend time and invest in relationships with someone else and loves them or love them and maybe shared children and marriage and life with them for so long, why wouldn't someone think about that person? Especially if there's no closure, especially if there's trauma involved, especially if there's things you don't know what they did to you and it was awful. Yeah. If you're still thinking about your ex and it bothers you, then it's not something we ignore and walk away from and think that we just get through and get over. Okay? I tell my clients all the time, write down bad feelings, bad thoughts, bad dreams, nightmares. That's your mind. That's your brain telling you, pay attention to this. When we cut ourselves, right? When you cut yourself, this doesn't hurt. This is causing the pain. Your brain is saying, pain, 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 pain. That's so you pay attention to this cut. That's so that you don't keep cutting yourself more. That's so you don't keep using this arm, getting it infected or whatever. It's saying, give attention to this. That's the same thing with emotional pain. Bad thoughts, negative thoughts, feelings, dreams, nightmares. Pay attention to something. There's something that you need to fix and pay attention, not ignore. Okay? Hope that makes sense. I tell everyone, find professional help. Talk. Talk is it. Talk therapy. I'm telling you, it's everything. Thanks. Let's see where we are. 1, 2, 3. Let's do one more. Aubrey from Alabama. Hello, Aubrey. Is it possible to stay with someone who is a flying monkey? My partner allows his sister to cross my boundaries, but says he doesn't like conflict. Well, isn't there conflict? Isn't that conflict? Because what you're saying is he says, I don't want to say something to my sister because I don't like conflict. He doesn't mind your conflict with her, just his. That's pretty empathetic, isn't it? Okay, Aubrey, like I was saying earlier, you're responsible for how you feel, okay? You're responsible. I'm not saying it's your fault if someone abuses you. You're responsible for your feelings and emotions, to take care of them and change them, fix them, okay? Something's got to be fixed here. Something. Your sister can't come and cross your boundaries. That's up to you, Aubrey. Not him. Not him. If she's crossing your boundaries, you don't tell him. You tell her, and you don't let it happen. And if he wants to let it happen, not much to that relationship, is there? I mean, think about it, Aubrey. Would you allow your brother to abuse him? You know? Sounds like a pretty sick family that I wouldn't want much to do with. I don't know what else to tell you, Aubrey, except you're responsible for this, not him. And I'm saying that so that you do something about it. Because obviously if you leave it up to him, she'll keep crossing your boundaries if that's how you're going to handle it. Doesn't work. She needs to be dealt with, okay? Is it possible to stay with someone who is a flying monkey? I'm not sure of that question. Is it possible? Sure, anything's possible. Stay with a flying monkey. I wouldn't recommend it. Flying monkeys are unhealthy, right? He sounds like a pretty unhealthy guy. Lacks empathy. Sounds like he can't stand up to his own sister and doesn't care enough about you to do that. That's weird. What's he so scared of his sister for? Isn't he scared of did you say he was, I don't know if you're married, but isn't he scared of losing you? Because that's what needs to be on the table. Yeah. You tell him I've told your sister to stop coming over here unannounced, cross my boundaries, and she keeps doing it because you're allowing it. So if she's going to keep doing it, I'm going to leave you. These aren't threats. You don't have to say it in a threatening tone. But if that's the truth, then that's the truth. Right? I'm not saying we tell someone we're going to leave them because they want to, you guys can't agree on what color to paint the wall. I'm saying if you're being abused by somebody or someone's crossing your boundaries like this, his sister, and doesn't care, that's not okay. But this is your responsibility to handle this, and do not let this continue, okay? Thank you. That's the end of part 1. If you guys could please help me out, please, by doing something for this video to get it out there, make it a little bit bigger, support it. I'm trying to get information available to people around the world. That was my intention of starting this channel, so that's why I'm doing videos. I just want this stuff to reach people who need it, and you guys can really help by pushing a couple buttons. You can share this, post it on social media, give it to people who need it. You could vote, thumbs up or down, and comment. Stuff like this really helps. Thank you, guys. Love yourself first. I'll see you in part 2, okay? Bye-bye.